Hello everyone on YouTube, it's me, Spooky Memphis, welcoming you all back. So Spooky, we don't need to do that anymore. What do you mean, we don't need to introduce ourselves? Of course not, we have the intro, remember? Let's just let it do it. Thanks for that, guys. I kind of forgot that we had the introduction that could just introduce us. I'm very used to doing it ourselves, you know? Yes, indeed, says Spooky, but it's not an issue. Regardless, it is time for us to continue on our journey to face off against the 6th gym leader, which is your purview today, Sir Spooky. Yeah, I'm going to be training our Pokemon up before we take on the next gym. Everyone's level 38. We're going to try and get to maybe 41, little more than that before we even enter the gym. That's the plan anyway. But I think you should probably put Hermie or someone else in front of the party. Considering we're going up against the water, I doubt that Shadowfire is going to get XP until we get to the next mainland. Sounds like a plan. I will say, gentlemen, it is quite the feeling here. We have been on this side of the Tandor region for so long. Now it is time to finally leave. Yeah, but now it's time for us to continue our journey, and we will surf Carparella across the sea. Hold on! What was that? Oh, balls! We're under attack! Lonely Pokémon trainers, we are the legendary surfing ninja. You will not pass. Sirs, get away from us, or you will feel the wrath of my sword. What are you guys even doing here? Sukanami Village is nowhere near here. We are, of course, we are patrolling. We are definitely not eating these laced Pokepuffs or anything of the nature. Okay, that sounds very suspicious, but if you want to fight us, well, I'm going to have to teach you a lesson. Get him, Spooky! Alright, well, as ridiculous as it sounds, we're battling ninja surfers now. I assume that they'll have ninja Pokemon. Okay, they do. Indeed, what on earth? These are some sort of strange fish. How do they even swim? I think they're more meant for being thrown, but how are you going to go about this, Spooky? Alright, well, I assume that these Pokemon are going to be water and possibly steel type. So I'll have Hermie attack, and I might need to switch out Chewy. Much as I want Chewy to get XP, I have a feeling these Pokemon are steel types, so I'm going to send in Carparella instead, just to be on the safe side. That is a sound stratagem indeed. We need not risk anything at this point of the game, and it is time, of course, for Carparella's intimidating glare to weaken these lowly fish. Yeah, and it's a good thing you did that too. These things are physical fighters, it seems, with the Aqua Jets. Yeah, that looks like a one-shot on that Frynai. This won't take too long. These guys are jokes. Indeed, look at the way they dress, and what on earth is that? Well, apparently that's the evolved form of the Pokemon we just saw. I'll have Hermie keep attacking the new Pokemon that come out, and Carparella can take on the other one, I guess. Sounds like a plan. We just gotta be careful with Hermie, because while she does be a tank, she is taking the brunt of the damage here. Not that it matters, for Carparella is so powerful, she destroyed that lowly fish in a single blow. And now he's using Fury Swipes on us. 4 times and it did nothing. Come on, Hermie, show this fool what's up. It's not doing as much damage as I'd like, but thankfully Hermie got another 4 just like they did. Yes, but now they have a second of this creature. We must be cautious. I think that we've got this. You know, these Pokemon may be intimidating looking, but they're not nearly as strong as our Pokemon are. Yeah, they'll do some damage to us. There's nothing we can do about that. But Hermie will be able to knock out the one, how do you pronounce this? Psydyne, I guess. And then next turn we'll just take out the other one. And thankfully Hermie also leveled up from that, so really this was all worth it. I would say so. Oh no, brother, we must free. These trainers are too strong. Wait, brother, I dropped my Pokebuffs. And stay out, you weirdos. Alright, well that wasn't too shabby, Spooky. You're on top form today, I have to say. Thanks, Alter, I appreciate that. I mean, not that those were really strong trainers or anything, but it's good to know that our Pokemon are fit and ready for the challenges ahead. Indeed they are! We shall smite all that stand in our way! Also, those ninjas dropped their Pokepuffs, and I'm going to enjoy a couple of these. Also, this is our new encounter, so it looks like we're going to be getting our own Frynite here. Well, I suppose it's nice we could catch one of these and show those ninjas how to raise one properly. Spooky, I love that you are trash talking already. You, my man, this is your big day. Except for capturing Pokemon, apparently. I thought I would actually survive that. That's my bad. It's no true issue, says Boogie. Don't worry about it. For now, though, we must battle against all the trainers upon this route. It'll be quite the show. Yeah, thankfully we got these Pokepuffs, so it's going to take a bit of the edge off of this, because, whew, I don't know what's in these Pokepuffs, but it's actually not too shabby. Indeed, let me have one of those. What on earth? It's just a little pastry of some sort? It's a little more than that, Sir Memphis. Better not eat more than one of these. Good Lord! What did you do to me? Did it to yourself, my man. Did it to yourself. Whatever you guys are up to aside, Hermie is going to take down first Pokemon, and is that the Titanic? Yeah, that's one of the weirder Pokemon in this game, and with the Pokepuffs in my veins, it's looking pretty gnarly to me. But yeah, thankfully this is an ice type, so one rock slide ought to take it down. Oh wow, tanky son of a gun, isn't he? Indeed, it's quite the tanky Pokemon indeed, but Sir Spooky is far too potent to be losing to some lowly boat with a face upon it. So Spooks, are you gonna just like raise Hermie for now, or are you gonna switch Pokemon? At some point, yeah, I'm gonna probably switch our Pokemon every other fight or so. It's just a shame I can't train Shadowfire for now. Yeah, but don't worry, once we get to the mainland, there will be no issues. Our goated dragon will get the experience and be ready for that 5th gym leader. Indeed, but for now you must defeat yet another one of these lowly fish creatures. They are quite small and pathetic. I'm glad we don't actually have one, for it would have brought down the morale of the team to have such a weak Pokemon. Also, so to give me another one of those Pokepuffs. Alright, Spooky, you take down yet another one of these little ladies, and then we're gonna get her going, okay? Spooky? Spooky, what did you do? I'm really sorry, Alter. I kind of forgot to get breakfast this morning, so I just was trying a couple of these Pokepuffs. How many did you just put in your mouth? I think I had 3. I'm sorry. I know that's not very good of me to do, but Sir Spooky, I don't think you quite understand. These aren't normal pastries at all. Oh, wait, what do you mean by that? Spooky, these are laced, my man. These are edibles. You just ate 3 of these at once. My man, you are about to trip the balls out. The Pokeballs, that is. Spooky! Sir Spooky! Spooky, wake up. Are you there, man? Sir Spooky, rise, sir! Rise! What happened? Sir Spooky, are you alright? Oh, my head hurts. Please don't yell. Apologies, Sir Spooky. I don't know how to not yell. Dude, that was crazy. And crazy ain't even here. Spooky, you are a madman. Alter, what happened? I can't remember anything. It was a bloodbath, Spooky. You ate all them edibles. You went ahead and battled all the trainers on that route. You blew right through the Surfing Ninjas. They kept coming after you time and time again. You beat up their boss and you became the leader of the Surfing Ninjas. Also, you started making out with that one bikini-clad babe, and then her boyfriend beat you up, and that is where we are now. Wait, I did what? Indeed, it was quite the show indeed. Most marvelous indeed. You destroyed all the Pokemon in this region. And, well, you then did pass out after a quick battle with some local. But don't worry, I put him down for you. I can't believe I did all that. How long was I even out? Dude, you were out since yesterday. We actually lost a day doing all this. Let's not worry about that right now. Let's worry about other important things, like the comment question, which we didn't actually get to talk about just yet. We asked people last time what they believed was a Pokemon that Ash didn't use enough or released too early in the original Pokemon series. So we actually had a lot of very interesting results from that one. Yeah, I actually saw the post too. It was actually split a ways, but it looked like everyone got some form of vote. But it looked like most people believe that Ash's Primate definitely deserved to be used more. Indeed, as I believed it so, for it took a while for little Ash Ketchum to make his Pokemon, listen to him at all. And by the time that happened, he just decided to get rid of it. Alright, but let's focus up here for a second, because this Espeon's kind of kicking our butt. Oh, I'm glad that we got Chewy to use physical attacks now. That was certainly a difficult battle in of itself. We need to make our Pokemon stronger to battle more Pokemon like that one. Especially if the next gym indeed is a Psychic-type trainer. Yeah, not gonna lie guys, the next gym is not gonna be easy. It's gonna be a hard one, but our boy Spooky got that. Anyway, back to the comment question. I do like, yeah, everyone gave us some answer, and there were some interesting things in the comments of that one as well. Especially from our boy Muntry, who said that it would have been really cool if, instead of catching a Gengar, Ash's Haunter had come back, and then he could have evolved that instead. Which, personally, I agree with. I mean, granted, Ash didn't really own that Gengar, or Haunter, or whatever. But it still would have been nice. Still would have been nice to have that callback. Not gonna lie, that would have been great. Yes, and also, XC also said that Ash should have really used more Pokemon that won him decisive victories, rather than just his favorites. Indeed, but as we've established, Ash Ketchum was not much of a trainer in the first generation of Pokemon. Therefore, it was never going to happen that he would pick a good team. Alright, well, let's get around that and catch our encounter on this route. Do I have to catch this Pokemon? Yes, Sir Spooky, you do regrettably have to catch this Pokemon. Even though it is an abomination against God and country, you must capture this Pokemon, or at least attempt to do so. Well, it looks like it did not actually get taken out one hit. So, we're going to catch a Jack Deary, oh goodness. Because we still need to get quite a few levels before we get to the next town. Actually, I believe it is a city next time. It will be quite the adventure there, for it is the largest of cities in this region, if I'm not mistaken. I think it is, but yeah, here we have our Pokemon Jack Deere, a fairy fighting Pokemon that relies on trickery and deception. Let us see, a Pokemon that is, it needs trickery and deception. So Spooky, what would you call this creature? That's, I don't know what to call this one. Alright, so none of us are really all that creative with a name here. We're just gonna call this thing Sneak and hope for it being anyway competent. Regardless, we still have Pokemon to train, so, what else do we need to talk about? Oh yeah, the next comment question. Very important one. And I think we should actually go off on, maybe, let's do something a little different. Let's ask a question based off the last Pokemon Direct. Oh yeah, you did say something about that. What was the Pokemon Direct, say? Well, honestly, it didn't give us much. All we really learned is that there's going to be a whole bunch of stuff around the anime. There's going to be some Pokemon card action. And, of course, Pokemon Z had a new trailer with the one new Mega that they allowed us to see. Oh, we're really looking forward to that game now that we're getting one new Pokemon. Is Mega Dragonite, which, personally, I think is really lazy. I mean, it's kind of cool in a sense, but it's incredibly lazy design. Indeed, I saw this lowly Dragonite itself, and it was horrible looking. Why use its wings on its head? That makes no sense. Additionally, its tail is weird as well. Yeah, I think what they were trying to go with was having Dragonite look more like Dragonair. But if they were going to go that far, They should have just had Dragonite. I don't know. Maybe if it was blue, it would have been better. Yeah, maybe. I mean, if you're going to go that hard with it, you might as well have just had it become a blue one. It would have looked so much better, you know? But yeah, that's neither here nor there. It really just feels like a de-evolution. So that's the comment question we'll make a poll of as well. People at home, what do you think about Mega Dragonite? Probably going to be the easiest thing in the world. You like it, or do you not like it? Or are you indifferent as all heck? Because you're just not a Dragonite fan. Indeed, but of course if they are fans of dragons, they must be put down, but that's beside the point. Tell us what you thought about the Pokemon. Oh wow, we got Dragon Claw! It's gonna be great. We could put this on Carbarella, possibly, maybe. But our Dragon Carbarella doesn't have claws. In fact, Carbarella doesn't even have arms. How on earth would she learn that move? I don't know, but we're gonna see if she can at least learn it. Apparently not. Only Shadowfire, our first dragon, can learn that. Well, that is unfortunate, but we do need to start thinking about, like, I don't know, what moves are we going to do with Carparella once we finally find the move deleter? Because that's something we need to think about, boys. You know, the move deleter might be in this town, you know? Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think we have a lot of TMs that Carparella can even learn, so I'm hoping to actually put off raising her for the moment until we get to the next town, city, whatever it is. And then after we may or may not find the move deleter, then we can train Carparella and hopefully she can learn some kind of move that will help. Yeah, her learning Crunch would be absolutely amazing. Whether that's going to happen or not, we don't know yet. But let's get ourselves a bit more training in before we get to the city. Thus far, thus good. Our Pokemon are becoming stronger. And now, more evolved Pokemon are beginning to appear. This is very good as we need our Pokemon to be in top form, and it's much easier to do that when we're battling actual opponents rather than children. Yeah, it's much nicer when we get to fight Pokemon that give better experience. Swagger is an interesting choice. Possibly even a good choice against this next gym if it is Psychic. Since most Psychic Pokemon are special attackers, so maybe we'll end up using Swagger for a gym? Maybe. We'll see how it goes. And here we are, boys! Venesi City, the site of our next victory.
More like the site of your downfall.
Steve, you monster!
Come on, is that any way to greet an old friend?
Your words are not what hollow ass, Steve. You will not stop us from achieving total victory.
Hey, don't get me wrong, I'm here to offer a peaceful resolution here.
I highly doubt you mean any sort of peaceful intent, Steve, but what do you want?
It's a simple offer, and you won't get a better one. Give up on the league and hand over Sir Memphis and all your remaining Pokemon will live.
I must apologize, Steve. I am in fact not a homosexual, therefore I should not be going with you at all.
What the fuck?
Well, of course, if you want me to go with you, that means you are quite enamored with me, which I am flattered, but I'm afraid I am quite spoken for the only loves I have are God and country and the king. And occasionally fair maidens, but mostly those first three things. So Memphis, he's not talking about trying to make out with you, he's trying to abduct you. Wait, he's trying to turn me into a damsel in distress or something. What?
It's frightening how in your own little world you are.
Alright, Steve, that's enough out of you. I'm just gonna say here, we already know that you're working for somebody who's trying to undermine our adventure.
What?
Yeah, that's right, your boy Sheldon spilled the beans. You better get on your toes, boy. We know you're up to stuff, and it ain't gonna stop us no matter what you do. Very so, thou must now tell us who is it that thou work for. You will tell us now, or I shall introduce you to the sharp end of my sword.
You fools better hope that you fail at this gym, otherwise you may just find out.
Blast, he got away again! Well, that's unfortunate, but, you know, it's what it is. It doesn't matter if we find out who's behind things now or later. At some point, they'll make themselves known. Yeah, it don't matter now, Spooky. Right now, you need to be full-on prepared for this next gym. Alter, I know you guys mean well, but you've been saying that all day today. I am going to be ready for this gym. I am going to explore the city real quick. And then I'm going to, you know, I'm going to go train our Pokemon. That's what I need to do, and that's what I'm going to do. Hello? There's a Pokemon here. Catch it, Sir Spooky! It will become a member of our glorious charge here. It's a rat with a paintbrush on its tail. It's a little well doing. Very well, but can we capture the creature is the question. I'll try to use Rock Smash with Shadow Fire. It doesn't do much damage. Or, I guess it's still too much damage. Confound it, Sir Spooky. You are too good at this. You have destroyed another Pokemon that we could have captured. I'm sorry, guys. I didn't mean to. It's quite hard. Stop apologizing so much, Sir Spooky. You don't need to do that. It seems that this trainer will trade us hot scales to teach our Pokemon new moves. And this is the Move Tutor. You can teach the awesome free move of Blast Burn to Shadow Fire. Let's come back here when wait, is this where the move deleter is? Is this what this gentleman is? Indeed it is! It is finally time to take away the HM moves that have so plagued our party. We shall forget all of these inconvenient moves so that our Pokemon can learn far more competent ones. Alright, well for now, I'm going to remove Strength, and I'm going to remove a Rock Smash. And then, I guess we could teach Blast Burn to Shadow Fire. I don't know if it's the best move for Shadow Fire to have, but I don't know, why not? Alright, well, with all of our grinding officially done, I'm going to go ahead and heal our Pokemon and then head for the gym. I think we have everything good. Everyone has managed to get to level 41. I also gave them a little extra experience so that hopefully, between switching Pokemon against certain trainers and battling every trainer and the gym leader, we should be around level 43 when we fight the gym leader. Sounds excellent, Sir Spooky. Once again, you have proven that thou art the master of training Pokemon and have made sure our Pokemon are prepared for the fight ahead. This lowly fairy gym shall fall beneath our might. Alright, looks like we got ourselves a classic, boys. It's time to take a look at a gym full of what looks like sliding puzzles and things. Why don't we go talk to the guy up front just in case? Yeah, I mean, we never really talked to him before, but yeah, it appears to be this is a slippery sliding floor, and we'll have to slide around and definitely have to fight all of the trainers. And there's trapdoors and disguises and all sorts of terrible things, and no one even knows who the gym leader is at this place. How does that even work? Apparently that they are a roguish sort that uses subterfuge and disguises instead of good, hard-working effort and a sword. Therefore, they are a lonely witch, and they must be put down. Oh, looks like this is actually the psychic gym after all. Confound it! Sir Smiles will never have his day of glory! Well, you never know. There might be a psychic fairy Pokemon. But either way, that's not great for us. We only have one Pokemon to deal with fairies in the beginning. Now we only have one Pokemon to deal with psychic-type Pokemon, and that's Chewy. So, this is not a good situation, boys. Hold now, Sir Spooky. Before we continue on, I wish to check our bag right quick. What's up, Sir Memphis? Well, if I recall correctly, not that I'm very welcome to the idea, the fact is, darkness is bad, light is good, but if I recall correctly, we did find some dark-type attacks in our journey. Therefore, we should attempt to see if any of them are viable on our Pokemon. I'm actually surprised that you would do that, Sir Memphis. I thought you'd be, like, up in arms against the idea. Listen, I am up indeed against arms for using any sort of darkness to facilitate our victory. However, I also wish to be victorious. Therefore, in this one instance, we shall allow our creatures to learn the dark techniques. Seems that we have the thief technique. Let's see, the snatching technique. The fling technique. Let's see, do we have anything else in here? The dark pulse ability. And that appears to be But we also have the Infestation ability as well. That is a bug-type move, and I believe that works against Psychic Pokemon as well. That it does. And of all those moves, I'd say Thief and Dark Pulse are the only real options. Since Snatch only works against Pokemon using healing moves, and we don't... Well, I don't know much about Fling, and we don't have Iron Balls to fling at people, so... I guess we'll just have to try these moves and see if they're any viable for us. Let us see here. What sort of technique is Infestation? Is it a physical move or a special attacking move? I don't actually know. I've never used Infestation. It is a special attacking move, and it doesn't seem to do much at all. How about see if anyone can learn Thief? I mean, it's at least a viable sort of move. And it looks like only Hermie can learn that. Well, confound it. Let us see. Should we teach it to Hermie, then? Well, we were going to try, we'll go for Dig on Hermie, but how about we get rid of that for now since we can reteach it to Hermie later? Just so we have some kind of move that will work against these Psychic Pokemons, and hey, it steals their items, so maybe it'll work. We shall soon find out. Very well, Sir Spooky. Destroy these fools. Alright, the first gym battle in the 6th gym. And our first opponent is using a Fairy-type Pokemon. Confound it! What, are these people using fairies or are they using psychics? I don't think they even know what they're using, but this is very interesting if nothing else. Indeed, but this psychic fairy Pokemon counters Sir Smiles, which is not necessarily good. What is the call here? I'm thinking we switch into Shadow Fire and have him use Flamethrower to try to weaken this Aromatisse. After that, we can switch into maybe Hermie or someone else, depending on what they send out next. It is a really annoying gym that we're up against, boys. We're up against a Psychic gym that mixes Psychics and Fairies. That is not a fun combination. We might be in for a rough time today. And apparently, they also have that rabbit creature that we found before. So it's quite interesting indeed. Quite interesting indeed. I suppose that they captured theirs right outside of town and decided to use it. Yeah, actually, honestly, I'm kind of curious about this Pokemon in the future. We'll see how it goes, but for now, Chewy should be able to defeat most of these Pokemon on her own, or at least I would hope so. She's fast, and she's got a good amount of physical attack to her. So, I think Chewy will be good, and she did level up to learn Moonlight. Should we teach Chewy Moonlight, is the question. I mean, we battle it all different times of day, so we can't really guarantee the maximum amount of healing off of that thing. And we kind of use all the attacks we've got, so I'd say no. Much as that might be useful, I think we're not going to learn no healing moves off our Chewy. Not this time around. Alright, well, I'm going to try and send in Sir Smiles to try and get some experience here. Since it's really important that everyone gets experience no matter whether they're going to battle a lot or not. Be cautious, Sir Spooky. This Pokemon is concentrating itself, raising its power. You must defeat it in a single blow. I think that's... Well, I thought that would be possible, but unfortunately Sir Smiles didn't do that. Brace yourselves! Alright, it's okay. Sir Smiles is okay. Sir Smiles, despite having a weakness to these foul psychic wizards, is able to contest them. This will prove to be the magnum opus of Sir Smiles, as he may die today, but he shall go out with glory. Oh my lord, that Pokemon was disguised as another Pokemon! How does that work? So, there's an ability that was introduced in Generation, I want to say 5? Yeah, it was like Gen 5 with Zoroark. That allows Pokemon to change into other Pokemon. It's called Illusion. So, yeah, that's a thing, apparently. Confound it, how can we battle a gym when we don't even know what the Pokemon we're fighting are? We shall just have to, you know, listen to our hearts and stuff, I guess. I mean, I prefer to listen to my head, but that's just me. It actually feels like we're getting low on gym trainers already, which is a little concerning. Confound it, you are blasting through these trainers so quickly. With the fact that this is a psychic gym, I was under the impression that this would be difficult, but thus far it's been quite easy indeed. Although, once again, a Pokemon hath assumed the form of Carparella, meaning we have a battle of dragons upon other dragons. Something I normally enjoy, but only when a noble knight is there to slay the dragon. Enough with the knights and fairy tales thing, Sir Memphis. It's time to take out this dang duplicate and have Carparella get even more of that juicy XP. I'm sorry, what did you just call it? Anyway, that's a Jackadeary. So we know from having one, it's fighting, and it is a fairy. So I'm going to send in Lady Josephine. This should hopefully give her just enough experience to level up, I'm hoping. Okay, but that stings using acupressure. You gotta be careful, man. That ability can make things tricky. But of course, Lady Josephine, too goated. Did you truly think that Lady Josephine would fall prey to some lowly rabbit? Although that could be a problem. Yeah, we've seen this Pokemon before, but hopefully Lady Josephine can defeat this one just as we beat them before. Confound it, another one of this thing! Once again, it is there to confound and confuse us, and what on earth did it just do? It used Pain Split, one of the most obnoxious moves in Pokemon. It combines both Pokemon's health pools and evenly distributes it. Confound it, Spooky, are you certain about this? Yeah, we taught Josephine Hyper Voice, just to have another kind of stabbing move. And that Josephine gets just enough to level up again. And yeah, I'll switch her out immediately after this, because I don't want to risk anything happening to her. Decent amount of damage, I suppose. It's not a lot of damage, but it's just enough to keep Lady Hermy here in the battle. Indeed. And thankfully, the citrus berry we gave Hermy has triggered, and that'll allow her to be the one to take down this damn Trollpint. I gotta say, Spooky, find that lady who sells the citrus berries. Probably the most important moment of this entire Nuzlocke run. Those things have been lifesavers. Well, thank y'all. And I am glad that we did get a whole bunch of citrus berries, because they are really good. They're better than... Well, they're essentially the same as potions, but they are a tenth of the price, so... they're really helpful to have around. I mean, we give these to most of our Pokemon. Indeed, why have items that increase the power of our Pokemon when we can have items that keep our Pokemon in the battles? It's even better. Alright, well, forgetting what happened with Necro back in the day, what's the plan now? Because now our Pokemon have leveled up quite a bit, and there's no sign of wherever the gym leader is. So this appears to be where the gym leader is. Should I go train some more? Well, Sir Spooky, the level cap is 43, correct? Yeah, it's 43. Well, how about raising everyone's level to 42, and then we battle the gym leader? Everyone is nearly there already, so another moment of grinding our Pokemon will not be the death of us. Alright, one last heal for the road. Alright, Spooky, you've been prepared for this fight. We believe in you. Everyone's level 42. It's time to take on the 6th gym. What is the strategy here? Well, I'm thinking that the best strategy is really to start with Chewy and hope for the best. If this is a psychic gym, her X-Scissor is going to be our best bet. And I just want to make sure I do a lot of damage before they can switch into other Pokemon. Verily, Sir Spooky, it is time for us to go in here. We may not have much of a stratagem, but some strategy is better than nothing. Our Pokemon are potent and powerful, trained by your hand. It is time to show this lowly gym leader what you have to offer them. Are you going to lead with Lady Chewy? Yeah, I think that's the best bet. So, is this the gym leader? I mean, they're in the middle of the room, but it has to be the gym leader. Indeed, the center of this witch's coven. They must be the leader of this gym. This Castellan, indeed. Lowly wizard, whatever they are. That's them. Guys, I have a feeling this isn't actually the gym leader. No, that's definitely the gym leader. So, now you have to take out Miss Magius. What's the plan here? Well, I don't know much about this Pokemon. It looks like a ghost-type Pokemon. So, not a lot we have here to deal with that. So, I'll try Confuse Ray and see if I can wear it down that way. After that, I'm not 100% sure what I want to do. Well, now we gotta be careful. This darn thing goes Pain Split, so Why not just spam acrobatics at it and see what happens? I mean, I'll give it a shot, but it didn't do a lot of damage. Confound this creature! It's simply using the pain split over and over again. Perhaps it is time to switch to a different Pokemon. I mean, it might be a good thing to try that in a minute. So, I just need to think who I would send in for this Pokemon. Well, that answers your question, my man. This thing is going to be spamming Shadow Balls at us. Best thing to do is to switch into Josephine, because she don't get affected by no Shadowy Balls. Indeed, for Lady Josephine is a bird Pokemon, can simply fly over them. Well, actually, it's because normal Pokemon are immune to ghosts, but you get the idea. Yeah, I understand, but I'll use Air Cutter and hope for the critical hit, seeing as that's kind of how we have Josephine working. And now he's used Perish Song, so our Pokemon are both going to faint in a few turns. What a devious trick that this lowly trainer is using. They will avail them nothing, seeing as they are not but a lowly witch. But be careful, Sir Spooky, for Lady Josephine is quite damaged here. Yeah, I think we'll be okay, though. They switched out their Pokemon for another one. So I'm going to switch out Josephine now, so that she doesn't fall the perish count. I'm just trying to think of what I want to send in next. I think that the best bet, perhaps, but chance... What about Shadowfire? Perhaps his speed will be greater use to us here. I mean, I'll give it a shot. I mean, this duplicate's going to do what the other ones did and copy the appearance of Shadowfire. But our Shadowfire is still stronger than theirs, so... I'm surprised that that didn't actually knock him out, to be honest. I mean, Shadowfire might not get stabbed from Slash, but it's still Shadowfire. Come on. I guess it had higher defense than I anticipated. Alright, so let's go ahead and use... I'm thinking Dig on this one. That way I can dodge Pain Split. Sounds like a good plan, Spooky. Except the darn thing had Levitate. Why didn't you say something about that, Alter? Well, I don't know, I just wanted him to learn that himself. I mean, I suppose that's true, but at the same time, you should have told him that the digging technique would not work against a floating ghost. Just you saying that proves my point that he probably should have guessed that, but regardless of that fact, now we got Josephine back out there, and one bloody crit is all we really need for a girl to do, but she just don't want... He's holding out the crits for the more important part of this fight. Yeah, so Josephine takes out the Mismagius finally, and now he has a Trawpint, so I definitely should switch. It's a Poison-type Pokemon. I suppose Sir Smiles wouldn't be a bad choice as he's immune to poisoning, so why not just go with the boy and see what happens? Indeed, it will be Sir Smiles finally defeating a gym leader here, as he destroys his lowly trainer. Again, I don't think that this is the gym leader, but I will send in Sir Smiles so that he can get some experience himself. One thing I just remembered, which I really should have done before the battle, and I apologize, is that we do still have a rare candy in our backpack. Should we have used that? I don't think it really matters that much, Spooky. What really matters right now is just having Sir Smiles trade blows with this darn thing. Spamming return like the madman he is, Sir Smiles is going to knock down this Trawpint and earn us the 6th gym badge. And that means we've defeated this, well, trainer, whoever they are. I keep telling you, man, it is the gym leader. Yes, now hurry up and fork over the badge, lowly Castellan. You and your witch's coven is down for the... Ah! I can't believe we fell for that. I shouldn't be surprised at all, but apparently the gym leader's down here somewhere. Wait, what the heck was that? There's something in the room with us! Okay, this isn't good. Ow, my butt! Alter, no! You vile lowly fiend, I shall cut you down! Ah! Oh. Sir Memphis, Alter, no! Uh-oh. Oh boy, this is not good. I don't have everyone beside me, but I have to beat this gym leader. Alright. Chewy, it's you and me. Okay, so first Pokemon. Whoa. What? What was that? Okay, well, I'll use X Scissor, and hopefully that's enough for this Pokemon. Okay, great job, Chewy. Oh no, it was another match. I should have known. But at least I got that out of the way. That's good. Okay, Chewy. Next Pokemon. Okay, so now the next Pokemon, Maya's. Oh, is it just another... Is it going to be another Psychic Pokemon? Maybe I should try confusing it. That ought to be good. And then I can try X Scissor after that. Alright, come on. Be confused. Yes. Excellent. Alright. Chewy. X Scissor. Okay. It's not very effective, so that means it must be a poison Pokemon. But it also has fairy type attacks, and that did a lot of damage. Okay, thinking. Okay, I'll send in maybe Sir Smiles for this one. We can use Poison Fang on it after intimidating it. And then I'll have to search out Sir Smiles after this, but it's better than nothing. I think this could work. Alright, I'll use Poison Fang now. Okay, that was a critical hit it needed to be, but it was still good damage. And thankfully the Confuse Ray is putting in a lot of good work. Oh, but he has a Citrus Berry too. Alright, we'll use Return. Oh, and he's gonna use his potion. Okay. This is a tricky battle. It's a very tricky battle, but I've gotta keep fighting. Alright. Misty Terrain. Oh boy, what is that? What does that even do? I don't know what that does. Try for Body Slam and see if I can get Paralysis to work. Another critical hit is great. Moonblast shouldn't do too much damage. Okay, so Smiles is good. Let's try another Body Slam. And again, the Hyper... Oh, he's used all his Hyper Potions. So that's good. That's really good. I really need another critical hit, but they're not... They don't come every day, unfortunately. But Sir Smiles is doing really good in this fight. I'm really glad that he's still with us. Alright, what's he going to do? Okay, Flail that could do a lot of damage, but it didn't really do any damage at all. I guess he doesn't have very high attack power. Okay, so this should be enough to knock down this Pokemon. Okay. Good job, Sir Smiles. You did really, really good. Alright, next Pokemon is Winnow Tinger. That's the evolved form of the rabbit Pokemon. And if it's still the same typing, then if I use Poison Fang, that should work. Okay. Well, unfortunately, Sir Smiles is just not doing a lot of damage. Maybe I should take a turn to use Bulk Up? Do I have the room to do that? I don't know. I just don't know. I mean, I'll try it once and see what happens. But I can't risk too much, because this fight... Okay, he's reducing my attack, which isn't good, but luckily I'm boosting it back up. Oh man, what would Alter do in this situation? What would Sir Memphis do? I gotta do this for them. Okay, a critical hit, but I'll boost my strength one more time. And hopefully this will be enough. Sir Smiles, if you can at least defeat this Pokemon, that would be good. I don't think you can do much against the rest of his team, but if you can at least take down 2 of them, that's good. And you get this Pokemon poisoned. That's really good. Good job, Sir Smiles. Okay. Okay, they're withdrawing their Pokemon for... Okay, it's Duplicat, which is going to duplicate my... Okay. Alright, Sir Smiles, hopefully can do something here. Let me think about this. Actually, that could really work out in my favor. Either I knock it out in 1 hit, or 2 even. But Sir Smiles can't do a lot to himself, really. So, hopefully this will be enough. Although, if he starts using Bulk Up too... I need to switch, I think. I'm gonna switch in Shadow Fire and have him use Dig. I just need to hope that he doesn't attack yet. Okay, he will attack now. But he'll burn himself for doing so. Okay, very good. Very good indeed. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead for the Dig. Go ahead, Shadowfire. Dig under the ground, and I need you to knock out this Duplicat. And then, hopefully, So far, so good. So far, so good. So far, so good. Alright. So now that's another Pokemon down. Now we can take care of Winnow Tiger with a flamethrower. And that should be up to their final Pokemon now. Okay. It's Dramsama. Okay, so... this Pokemon is definitely... it's definitely a Psychic Pokemon. Let's try a Dig again and see if that does us any good. Okay, it's a Ghost Pokemon too. Okay, it's just like Miss Magius. But thankfully, it doesn't have Levitate, but it does a lot of damage, so I'm thinking Lady Josephine, since Shadow Ball won't work on her, ought to do us really good. I really wish I had one extra level on my Pokemon, but I guess it won't matter either way. So I'm going to use Air Cutter and Size Shock. I don't know how much that's going to do. That did a lot of damage. Come on, Josephine. Yay, got the critical hit. That's really good, although it did heal. Oh, let me think about this. Would Hermie be able to take the Psychic attack? I think so. I'm gonna give it a shot, because if I can hit this with Thief, I think that could be enough. It just depends on how much this does. Okay, that ought to be good. Good job, Hermie. Okay, just survive, Hermie, please. Yeah. Yeah, you did it, Hermie. Now, please, knock it out. Yes! Hermie, you did it! Good job, everyone. Alright. We've done it, everyone. We've defeated the 6th gym leader. I'm sorry, ma'am, that we already beat the gym. The battle's over. No, wait, please, no, stop. What are you doing? Ma'am, this isn't how a Pokemon gym fight's supposed to work out. Please, please stop hitting the... ow, please, please, no, please, please, I don't, please, no, please. Oh, frick, what happened? My butt hurts. Sir Spooky, what happened? What happened? Where are we? It's okay, guys. It's okay. I managed to defeat the 6th gym leader. Oh, thank you, Lord. Oh, my goodness. What on earth did you do to him? It was a rough battle. Yes, that's what happened. Very good, Sir Spooky. Not only did you defeat the 6th gym, and none of our Pokemon was slain, although there seems to be a few close calls here and there, you defeated the gym, and you slaughtered a witch. You are truly a noble knight of the Curling Kingdom, my friend. And today, you have proved it once more. Well, thanks, guys. But yeah, I've defeated the 6th gym. And I guess now it's time to move onward. But, oh, it seems Professor Bamboo's calling us. Yeah, he's congratulating us on, you know, we got ourselves the 6th gym. And there are 2 gyms for us to defeat until the gym is over. So it looks like our next place to go is to Snowbank Town. Snowbank is going to be hard, boys. I know I said that about this gym, but the thing is, the 7th gym is the Dragon Gym, and it's not going to be pretty. Do not worry, Sir Alter, for I, Sir Memphis, noble knight added to the Curry Kingdom, noble warrior of the Curry Kingdom, shall vanquish the Dragon Gym quite handedly. Also, the professor wishes to know why our Pokedex is not filled. That's because we do not care. And apparently he wishes for us to battle against Theo, which will have to be next time, I suppose, for we have done all we need to do today. Yeah, so, as always, everyone at home, thank you very much for watching another day of our Pokemon Nuzlocke adventure. Next time, we'll be beginning our big training arc, I guess, because the next gym level cap is, it's a lot higher, isn't it? I have to double check it, but I'm pretty sure it's 53 or 56, somewhere between those two. Good lord, that's quite a jump. But we shall rise to the challenge and defeat all that oppose us. Next time we shall defeat little Theo, That lowly trainer indeed. And then onward and upwards to train all of our Pokemon for the next part of our adventure. Yeah, so everyone at home, thank you very much for watching. And we'll see you guys again next week with more Pokemon action. Until next time, this is Spooky Memphis and Sir Memphis and Author Memphis signing out. Take care, everybody. Fare thee well, my lords and ladies.
Catch 'em all! Gotta catch 'em all!